Hello, everyone. Adam here from 3 Count Radio, and today I have the owner and booker of LWF, Mr. Ste Bibby. How you doing?
Very good, Adam. Tired, drained, but very good.
You and I both. So yeah, we were just talking about it before we went on the radio. On the radio, I was on the radio the other day. Not on the radio. I'm recording. We're messing up already. It won't be a podcast if it doesn't. Yeah, it's it's a good struggle. It's a struggle, but it's good. It's rewarding.
Yeah, it certainly is. Better than being bored and nothing to do, isn't it?
Oh, 100%. 100%. Being there and it's not fun. 100%. Now, last time we had you on, Mr. Bibby, was, I think it was after COVID. Ganza we were talking about. And
yeah, wow.
Yeah, a lot has changed since then. Looking back with what we know now, how you feeling? We've got quite a few shows under our belt now. How you feeling? What's the landscape of wrestling looking pretty good?
Yeah, I mean it's weird. It's almost like a constant high. You don't get to come down and sort of step back and have a look at it yet. I'm getting the feeling that moment is going to come after the December show when we sort of wrap up for the year and I can enjoy Christmas. But it's just one long ride at the moment, and yeah, I'm determined, focused. I tend not to get excited because I'm too hell bent on it, everything going the way I want it to go. So I let everybody else be excited, and it's the same on show days and things like that. But positive and always looking forward, I think.
It's like how it should be as well. It's the mark of a promoter. They look at everybody else enjoying themselves and everybody else being happy at the expense of themselves. So hopefully you do get that chance during Christmas period during December to look back, because it's been a phenomenal year in my opinion for wrestling, especially since it all went to hell last year. So
yeah,
it's really, and I am very, very professional and left Facebook open. But the first time, it won't be the last. Dear me. My apologies.
that's okay.
It's been a fantastic year for wrestling this year. So I think it will only continue, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's got some momentum now. I think it was the best way for us, certainly from a personal perspective. It was a real, a very like 100-mile-an-hour start, and it's just continuing throughout the country. We only got to look at events like this weekend to see just how well it's doing and how well it's flourishing, the scene and the business itself. So I'm just really pleased to be a part of it, and I'm pleased to have been part of it kicking off again after lockdown.
Yeah, and it's because LWF it's a feeder. It has the school of LWF, and you watch the people from that school come through and flourish. It's always an amazing thing to see, to watch these people like Helena, for example, just do absolutely phenomenal. And it's really amazing to see. What it brings hope for people who are training themselves.
Yeah, it's a great advert for hard work and being dedicated to what you do and putting in the hours and the work. There's always a reward out there somewhere, and I think in this business I'm finding I'm still, obviously I'm not by no means a veteran to any of this. I'm still like 4 years in, but I think this business rewards hard work better than any other, I think.
Yeah, it's a very niche business. It's one of those where you can't really explain what happens in pro wrestling to someone, especially on the indies. I feel that the indies are different. I think you can't really explain it. I think you have to go and watch to understand what goes on.
Oh God, yeah. I think anybody in this business would tell you, you spend the whole life defending it or trying to explain it. And I think after a while, you just sort of you enjoy it for what it is to you.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's what everyone's doing at the moment, and they're embracing the opportunities they're getting. Certainly, and from our perspective, and I'm pretty sure anybody else would say the same about their own academies and their own shows. Everyone is enjoying themselves at the moment. It's really, really good. It's been a very difficult time, and it's come out at the other side in a very, very positive light, I think.
Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. It's very individual. Like I couldn't. What you just said then was brilliant. Like everybody's enjoying it for themselves. Like you look at wrestling and you go to a certain show, you go to shows that cater to you, because in wrestling there's so many shows that are still unique to themselves. The fan base will only naturally and organically go to those shows and cater to themselves. And the fans of LWF are just fantastic. It's always fun. Just not even, it doesn't necessarily just have to be the chanting and the singing and everything. It's beforehand, intermissions afterwards, where you go and talk to people about it as well. Everything's just such a friendly family environment.
I think that's it. I mean, it's like even at the last show, even at the October show, we had, I think it was 12, possibly slightly more fans dropped out with COVID. 2 hours before the show.
Really?
And even those 12 fans make a massive difference. You're not just visually, but in the audio sense as well, because they're always very loud. But we still got that atmosphere and that noise, and I think that was a real testament, because things like that bother me as a promoter, because obviously you want to fill these buildings and you want people to see what you do, but it sort of, when I started hearing them, certainly in the main event as well, it's just, it gives you a better feeling about it. You know, I was like, well, at least I've got the noise. You know, and the other thing as well, you know, it's not like they're gone for good. They're back in November as well. So, but I love making new fans as well, and hopefully the more networking I'm able to do in the coming weeks, will bring in more people, because I'm going to start broadening my horizons a bit more now. See if I've got a bit of free time to go see other people's stuff.
Exciting stuff. Exciting stuff. That's the stuff we always love to hear. Yeah, could not agree more. Could not be any more excited. One thing we did talk about, though, and this is something with the power of hindsight that I'm quite curious about with certain events that have gone on. We talked about the Castle Cup, and with certain events that have gone on and certain events that have unfolded, Mr. Nick Cutter was the winner. What are your opinions of what's happened? Because I don't get, well, I do get the feeling that those feelings might not be too happy.
Well, he's the second person that's won that trophy, and then let's say lost the decency and dignity. I took it off Davey Getsky for behaving like he did. I think from a promotional and a business perspective, that's probably a very unwise move to remove it twice from the holder. But I think, yeah, he holds the Castle Cup at the moment, but he has this opportunity in November, which I think he thought was an easy path. I think he thought he had an easy road to December's event, but now I put Sonny Durson in there to really sort of bring him back down to earth. So he has that to deal with, and obviously the Castle Cup next year at Slamaganza will go to somebody else. So he should enjoy his time with it, because who knows, it might be the only thing that he has to hold on to by the end of the year.
ominous stuff, exciting stuff. Tell you what, Sonny Durson, I jumped out my chair when I heard that noise, that music at the end of the show. I mean, let's be honest, the match he had against Keenan was phenomenal. Like one of my favorite matches of the entire year, personally, if not my favorite. It was fantastic stuff. I loved every second of it. But it's when I hear that the drums and the guitar at the end of that show. Well, just before the main.
I like that. I liked that because obviously he'd gone out and had this phenomenal match before against Keenan, which was always going to be a great match. Those two coming together, and Keenan's an incredible talent. Very proud to have him on the show. And I think that if I was to pick a standout moment from October, the noise when I unveiled him as Nick Cutter's challenger this month coming, should I say? That was my favorite moment of the night because it was just pure anticipation and excitement. Definitely, yeah. We've just put a post out mentioning this moment. There's a couple of photographs of Nick Cutter's face in the ring when he saw his opponent. It's just those kind of moments are well worth it. They really are.
Oh yeah, just to see Nick Cutter's face. That's all we need just for that. That's fantastic. He's, in my opinion, Son is one of those where a few years ago I was at a WWE live event. I was at that live event when Sonny was the squash match for Eric Rowan. And I was sat there, I was like, I recognize him. I was like, no way. But I genuinely do think he's that good. I think he's good enough to be in the upper echelons, like the top tiers. It's solid, and he's just there's no words to explain just how talented that man is. It looks like it just comes naturally to him.
Well, I think it does now. I think, but again, it's another product of hard work and dedication that it can come naturally. Kind of talent, you know.
Yeah, 100%. And that match, Nick Cutter versus Sonny Durson, honestly, if you haven't got a ticket, what are you doing? Like, if that's just one match alone to sell a card, that's it. I can't wait.
It's a beautiful setup for the event, that, and that's it. If you've got that base, everything else is a very nice bonus as well. So it's a very good card on that November night.
Yeah, 100%. And I urge everybody listening to this to go and buy a ticket because, dear me, my lord, what a show. What a match that'll be. Talking about phenomenal matches, and well, this one is there's one word I can think of that's bonkers. Is the Mosh Pit Mayhem match, and I need to pick your brain about this because that was just sheer mayhem. It was, and
it was an experience at ringside.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah. You had the Scarpa at one point. Part of me did feel sorry for Keenan at that point. I'll be honest.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we knew when we sort of agreed to sanction that it was going to be it was going to be chaotic. Was about the best way I can describe it. But I think it went a bit above and beyond what I was expecting. You literally felt trapped at ringside for the majority of it. You couldn't take your eyes off anything, and if anything, the one person you should be feeling sorry for in that whole scenario was Dan Sheeder, the referee, because I mean, I wouldn't. that has to be the most. That had to be the most trying task of all, to try and keep order and be in the right places at the right time. And you know, I felt dreadfully sorry for him throughout. But yeah, it was a fantastic match. It was better than anything I've seen for a long time. It wasn't just a load of hardcore nonsense. It was it was captivating, I thought, from beginning to end.
Yeah, 100% agree. Because a lot of people do think that if you just throw a few weapons in there, it'll be amazing. It's a big thing. You need to actually make it captivating. And they didn't just make it captivating. There was captivating and it was up there.
Yeah,
You
just
didn't
kept going
know.
up in stages.
You didn't know where to look because there was something
No.
going on over there, something going on over there, and you, your eyes were just you're mesmerized.
Well, that's why we've put the match out as a standalone match on Powered 4 TV. Basically, I wanted that match on its own because it's as produced. You get to see the things that you might have missed on the night if you were there and you were focused on one thing and something else happened, you missed it. The production of that match is designed so that you don't miss a thing.
And well, Dan Sheeder is one of the best around. So I think if you were to put any referee in that position, I think you did well to put Dan Sheeder in there because he is one of the best referees around. Him and Greenwood this year.
What was that? What was the last thing you said then?
Dan Sheeder and Greenwood, those two.
Oh yeah, well, we are going to be welcoming James at some point, very very soon, as well.
Not
so
too shabby.
Yeah, but we had to have the best in there for that one, or one of the best.
I would like to one shout out though, because the last show this month, someone who started training at the exact same time, the first training session that I did, the beginning session, she started at the same time as I did, and that's Laura, and she had her first referee, and she refereed her first show at LWF, and as soon as I saw her, I jumped out my seat. That's
Yeah.
sentimental to me, and I'm so proud of her.
Yeah, she did a great job, and it was a decision we made on the day.
Really?
Only about a couple of hours before the doors open.
That's fantastic.
She had so little prep time as well. Obviously, she had Dan to sort of give her the pointers and the direction, which she's been doing excellently for us, as far as I'm aware. But yeah, we decided to give her that opportunity, and what a great match to actually have the opportunity in as well, the 6-person frenzy, because there was an awful lot going on in that one as well. So it was really throwing her in the deep end on that, but just outstanding job.
Yeah, I was sat with my mum, I was sat with my friend Adam, and quite a few of my friends, and we were looking at something thinking, Babe, this is a hard match for her to do, for her to referee. So my mum was like, "Oh, I feel sorry for her." Oh, she did fantastic.
It was very difficult to keep. It was hard to even commentate on that, let alone referee it. So I mean, yeah, great. Real props to her for that. And we can't wait to work with her again.
I can't wait to see her. I can't wait. She's that debut that was sentimental to me because like we started at the same time. So she doing so well is just amazing. She's such a great girl.
Yes.
We LWF have a very, very, very big opportunity over the weekend, and that is 30th of October. TNT Extreme fears it's Davey Getski versus Tony Rock. Am I correct?
Yes, but repackaged as Aiton Steen, the artist formerly known as Little Tony Rock. Yes, it's a massive opportunity for us, and we're very, very grateful to TNT, for Jay and TNT for doing this for us, and allowing us the chance to showcase ourselves and our talent. I think the magnitude of it sort of setting in now. The day before, I'm starting to realize what a big thing we're being part of here, and what it could lead to in the future. And it's nice as well to sort of connect with a different audience, because we're still growing and we're still building fans, and it's nice to have that adult base as well. So it gives us variation on what we can do show-wise in the future. But it's also a brilliant opportunity to go watch some of the best. and certainly what the Northwest has to offer and the UK has to offer. I can't wait to be able to watch these people perform live and know that I'm part of the show as well. It's a really exciting day. This is one thing I am excited for. So yeah, you heard that. I might not be excited about a lot of things that we do because I'm too bothered about them going flawlessly, but this one I am quite excited for. I'm almost a fan for this one.
Yeah, and that's fun. That's an amazing feeling. In my eyes, there's no better feeling than being a fan at a show. There's nothing for you to worry about. You're there to enjoy the show, and if you don't know about this, TNT Extreme Fields is going on the 30th of October, and I'm telling you, it's got to be a barnstormer. The card is absolutely just blinding, and David Getski and the artist formerly known as Tony Rock will just they're two phenomenal talents. It's something you don't want to miss.
Well, we certainly believe that those two, certainly with what happened at October with the Wrecking Crew and with Shining Wizard, on this kind of show with that kind of crowd and that kind of environment, it's made for those two, I think. So I mean, it's personally, I'm really looking forward to that match, and that's just obviously it's not just from a business perspective. I really want them to do well personally, but also as well, it's great to see them in the middle of a card that is so stacked with talent.
Yeah, and to get eyes on the product that potentially wouldn't have seen it because they'll be fans of TNT. So to get fresh eyes on your product is nothing short of fantastic. It's brilliant.
But again, it's a great testament to this business that these kind of opportunities arise. You know, the people that there shouldn't be a rivalry, I don't think, and you know, or a point scoring thing in this business. It's great that we actually have other promotions that want to help up and coming companies and things like that to succeed. And you'll get that in this business, and the fact that they're all coming together to produce a show, and it's brilliant. And that's one of the things that where this business really stands head and shoulders, like morally above many others.
Yeah. I'll never understand if there was a rivalry, of course. I'll never understand it because the talent on the shows, if they're being built up at one show and then they go into another show, they're only going to help each show.
Yeah, going to sell you tickets. Yeah,
they're only going to help. So I don't. Yeah, this shouldn't be a rivalry at all, in my opinion.
Shouldn't, because I mean, like I said earlier, we spend enough time defending this business as it is without fighting amongst each other. But exactly. that's what I'm really pleased about, that we sort of got this hand offered to us and we took it. And yeah, early start tomorrow, and it's rock and roll. Can't wait.
Yeah, early start, but that'll be worth it. 100% worth it. Cannot wait. One more show, we touched upon it. We've touched upon it with the Sonny Durson match. The 13th of November, V is for Vengeance. Anything more to say about that?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the penultimate show of the year. Obviously, the grand finale in December is what this is leading up to, and it's almost, you know, a setup for that. So you almost have to be here to see where we're going to go to finish the year, and it's the vengeance aspect of it is quite interesting as well, because obviously Reynaldo's had a hellish time this year, and this is his opportunity to sort of sit, because he's going to be ringside for Sonny Durson and Nick Cutter, likely to join us on commentary, I imagine. But he will be ringside to see who his opponent's going to be, and this night is almost sort of, it's the vengeance that he's wanted to carry out since Slamaganza. This is his opportunity now, because if Nick Cutter cannot beat Sonny Durson, then almost Reynaldo's vengeance is complete.
Yeah.
He's pushed him down the road, so there's no wrecking crew involvement anymore. You know, so it's all about Ray's path, I think, to trying to get that vengeance. And if Sonny Durson does it on his behalf, not only is the wrecking crew gone from the picture, but he also has an amazing marquee match in December to look forward to. So it's, yeah, I like this match. This show is very unique. Again, though, that I try not to talk too much about it because there's a big element of unpredictability at our shows. You know, we kind of we leave a lot to the night.
Yeah,
you know,
that's one thing I've noticed.
We've got some other great matches. I mean, I'm really quite personally looking forward to Kelly Van Ness and Harley Hudson, because that has a great potential, and that'll likely open the show as well, which will get everybody going. So yeah,
I've messaged them. I've messaged the both of them asking, who do I cheer?
Yeah, a lot of people have said that, but it's a great option to have.
Trying to think of songs and chants in my head.
We've only announced a few so far, but there'll be a couple more going out this week. I don't want to announce them before I announce them, if that makes sense. Like Lachlan Sharp and John McKinney had a tremendous match at Honor and Glory, and they get a second opportunity at that with a little bit more needle involved in this one, as Lachlan appeared in the 6-person frenzy, much to J Mac's disgust. Yeah. So and there'll be build up as well. There'll be a few videos going on prior to November the 13th in build up to this, a few exclusive interviews and exclusive footage. So, but yeah, looking forward to it. Really, I'm just focused on finishing this year strongly, and this is a great way to kick off these last 2 months.
Yeah, 100%, my man, 100%. I mean, continue the way you're going. The only way is up in my eyes. The shows recently have been fantastic, and in terms of this podcast, I find it quite fun that Kelly Van Ness and Harley are against each other, because those are my 2 last uploads.
Yeah, I noticed. I watched it off. Yeah. Maybe you have to get a dual one after it.
Sorry?
You have to get a double one after it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, looking forward to that one.
Yeah, definitely. Me too. Is there anything else you would like to bring up? Anything else you'd like to plug for the future?
Well, I mean, we always seem to touch on all these subjects quite heavily, and it makes the ending quite easy. But yeah, just November the 13th, Army Reserve Centre in Chorley. Already touched on the importance on that card, but obviously December 12th as well is the finale for the LWF in the heart of Chorley at the Town Hall. So that will be the big conclusion to the year. Reynaldo has his opportunity, the vacant championship up for grabs. So that's big enough in itself. But there is a big card on that night. Definitely watch this space for that show, and definitely don't miss it, because it's the best way we could possibly end the year is that event. And it's in a big location and right in the center of town. And yeah, that's what I want to plug. November and December, the 2 big shows. And obviously tomorrow, anybody who hasn't got tickets for Extreme Fields has to grab them and go to that, because it's got a memorable afternoon, evening spelled out already. You're a fan of music, fan of wrestling, no better place to be than Extreme Fields tomorrow.
You heard the man. Get a ticket now. Steve, thank you so much for coming on. It's been a pleasure.
Never a choice, sir.
Thank you.